It was supposed to be a regular evening on the edge of a dusty highway town, where engines roared like thunder and leather-clad bikers laughed beneath neon-flickering diner lights, but destiny often arrives quietly, sometimes in the trembling voice of a child. The Brotherhood Riders, known across counties as men you never crossed, stood around their glimmering motorcycles, polishing chrome and trading road stories when a little boy barely 10, with dusty cheeks and fierce-swollen eyes, stumbled toward them clutching a tattered teddy bear. At first, no one noticed him. How could a trembling child matter in a world of rumbling engines and hardened souls, until he tugged on the vest of Stone, their leader, a man whose reputation for fearlessness stretched farther than the highways he'd conquered. Stone looked down, expecting a lost kid asking for directions, but the boy's voice came out like a broken whisper, "Please, they took my sister." The laughter died instantly, engines silenced like they too sensed the shift in fate, and every biker froze as though struck by lightning. Stone knelt, tattoos shifting as his muscles tensed, and asked softly, "Who took her?" The boy's trembling finger pointed toward the far hills. "A black truck, men with scary faces, they grabbed her on the road when we were walking. I tried to stop them. I tried." Tears spilled, his tiny fists shaking with guilt no child deserved. In that moment, these men who the world feared, who had seen war, betrayal, loss, felt something crack inside. Without hesitation, Stone scooped the kid up, his voice sharp steel wrapped in fire as he barked orders to his crew, "Mount up. We ride now. No committee. No police. No wasted breath. Just roaring engines igniting like battle cries." As the boy held Stone's leather vest, the club patch, honor, loyalty, family, staring back like a vow carved into destiny. The town watched as thunder rolled down the highway, headlights blazing through dusk like vengeful comets, the bikers riding not for pride or brotherhood this time but for innocence stolen from a child. The boy whispered the name of his sister, Lila, and Stone whispered back like a promise, "We will bring her home." With wind tearing across their faces and hearts pounding harder than pistons, these men who the world misunderstood rode into the night ready for war, because sometimes angels wear leather, sometimes knights ride steel, and sometimes the bravest battles begin with a trembling whisper. They followed tire tracks through moonlit gravel, the boy clinging like hope itself as the motorcycles tore across back roads toward the abandoned mill the kidnappers thought would hide their crime, but bikers were born of roads and instinct, and predators who hunted innocence had just become prey. Stone halted the engines with a raised fist as silhouettes appeared near rusty fencing, men with cruel smiles around a crying girl tied to a chair, her stuffed rabbit torn at her feet. Rage simmered among the riders, veins like wired steel ready to snap, but Stone held them back, his voice a quiet storm, "We do this right. No fear. No mercy." When the kidnappers laughed at the sight of bikers stepping into the moonlight, they didn't understand they had just met wolves who protected their own. The air trembled with tension, gravel crunching beneath heavy boots as Stone walked forward, calling out, "That girl leaves with us." The criminals sneered, guns raised, thinking power rested in their weapons, but they didn't see the fire in the riders' eyes, men who'd survived worse monsters in life and learned honor wasn't just a word but a mission. The little boy cried out, "Lila," and her small voice answered, "Tommy." That single desperate echo snapping whatever restraint remained. What followed wasn't chaos but justice, fast and fierce, bikers moving like shadows, disarming, overpowering, protecting. They fought not like brutes but guardians, fueled not by anger but purpose. No child would live the fear they'd once known. Moments later, silence returned, broken only by Lila's sobs as Tommy ran into her arms, hugging her like his world had been given back. Stone cut their ropes gently, brushing dirt from her hair, saying softly, "You're safe now, sweetheart. Big Brother never gave up." When police arrived, dumbfounded by the scene and the defeated kidnappers, the chief, who'd long treated the bikers as trouble, looked at Stone in a new light as the little boy refused to leave his side. "They saved us," he cried proudly. Bikers rarely cared for praise, but in that moment, every dusty mile they had ridden felt worth it. As dawn painted gold across steel bikes and innocent faces, Stone placed his jacket over Lila's shoulders, turning to his crew with pride in his voice, "This is who we are. We ride for family, blood or not." The riders escorted the children home, engines roaring a promise across the world. Whenever the innocent whispered for help, they would answer. And as the story spread, people learned that heroes don't always wear capes, sometimes they wear leather, carry scars, and ride roaring machines toward danger so children can sleep without fear. The boy looked up at the bikers with newfound courage in his eyes and said, "I want to ride like you when I grow up." Stone smiled, ruffling his hair. "Then grow with honor, little man. Protect the weak. Never turn away from someone in need." And as they rode away at sunrise, dust swirling like magic around chrome and leather, one truth echoed behind them: real strength isn't power, it's heart.